Hello, so I'm going to do another art chat. I mean, art talk. That's a slip of the tongue. I don't want to freak you out, man. I really don't. But this is the internet, and we can have conversations. It's one of the novelties of this great thing that we've made. We concentrate so much on the negative parts of the creation that is the internet. I'm my interest is peaked, and you're talking about fashion, and I tried to do a few videos at the beginning, but obviously I'm really awkward. I don't give a shit about editing. I I don't give a fuck about presentation because as far as my art is concerned, like that's the true product. That's what I want people to remember me for. Not necessarily my antics or all of these videos, because there's a lot more effort. Despite that, I do a lot of this like stream of consciousness without rehearsing and without editing, raw, uncut. Anyways, fashion and then what was aesthetics. I'll tag you in the description. He's a well known, so notable, I would say notable, over like close to 2 million subs. Huge channel. I'm here at 71 now, so thank you to those people that have decided to come along on this ride with me and can sit through all of my bullshit and find it interesting. Thank you. Some of this I don't do. I don't do for money because, say, like with the shirtless bro stuff on Facebook. Obviously it's because I'm personally affected, as a creative person, and because of the people that I've been around in vulnerable positions in their lives, the outcasts, the downtrodden, the neglected people have fallen through the cracks, and I almost feel like that's happened to myself at some points in my life. Um, we all go through challenges. Um, I hope that what I say resonates, and it's not like a lecture. It's not like a information asymmetry, and that I don't assume that the other person knows less than I do. And I'm distracted by a car outside right now. Anyways, so here's my homage, with the art Chad, because art Chad, you like dressing like you're straight out of a Ralph Lauren, um, a Ralph Lauren ad, honestly. And all the power to you, buddy. If you're doing the whole thrift store thing, amen. Textiles are the least recyclable thing that humanity produces. This the cotton here is in a lot of cases it's non-recyclable, right? And then what's it for aesthetics? That guy. I encourage you to educate yourself, especially with this book. It'll probably blow your mind. It'll scare you, the way that some other people think, and about gay elitism in the creative arts, and from a different perspective, even from ambiguously gay authors or intellectuals. Um, don't look at me like that. Okay, please don't. Um, it's a disambiguation. And I'm just fixating because of the things you say in the context in a video can be misinterpreted. Anyways, because we've this is how we present ourselves to society, right? This is our expression, our nonverbal communication, and it's important to understand, like as I've said in the comments, with I want to call you aesthetics explained. I really do. Um, but it's when a message, not a memorandum, but an agenda is forced forward, with these techniques of marketing and of propaganda. that we all suffer the consequences because there's no laws on propaganda. There really isn't. There's no international um, agreement as to how to govern and regulate what is exposed or what is put on the internet, and especially after the saturation point in which this happens with everything, right? This happens with every trend in that eventually people's attention spans become saturated and burnt out, and they want nothing to do with it. They move on to something else. This is just the way of the world. This is just the way of humanity, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All of these things for these agreed upon conventions of knowledge and society that it just comes out in the clothes. The thing that I want to think about, I want to refer to is, of course, Ferrari and their F1 program. This is well known amongst the automotive people. This little anecdote that when Ferrari was doing well in F1, the road cars were shit. But when Ferrari wasn't doing well in F1, they weren't racing, they weren't getting good results. The road cars were amazing because they had to compensate. They had to, be good at something. Because Enzo Ferrari's attitude was that I only make cars to go racing, and I only, well, and I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna be so finite. I find reward in sheet metal and working on airplanes, but the same sentiment is true. I make parts for airplanes, and I work on airplanes in order to fund my art habit, right? And there's so few of us that achieve prominence, especially within the art world, because of gay elitism and because of the avant-garde, this tip of the spear, and these abstract arguments about meaning, longing, and desire. Because these things that we produce are objects of desire. But fashion, just like architecture, uh, and say like other industrial design, even, or fashion or automotive, how these are direct, direct products, and are not, they're inseparable from the culture and from explaining it, because of the attitudes and the cultural attitudes and the predominant thoughts of that era. And we don't, you can't measure things in decades anymore. You can't even measure them within centuries. You got to measure it down to even weeks because of, the hyper stimulation by choice. I must mention um, that eventually you just want to disappear completely from society and all people. This is, if we get conspiratorial, is done on purpose. Um, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to stick with the fashion here. Because his simplicity is best, right? How do you look like a billionaire? Is just a white t-shirt and a pair of Adidas shorts. Okay, say like freaking Adam Sandler. Those guys, those people, they just don't give a shit. They really don't. Um, because I buy clothes, and poor man can only afford the best. Um, this shirt here. Now that I've gone through the rambling and everything, we got to 9 minutes now of rambling, a preamble. This shirt my mother got for me when she was in Shanghai. And of course, it's a graphic tee. So again, this is a reference to aesthetics in that you were talking about Prince and how it's lazy. For some, it's lazy, or it's an ironic commentary upon the oversaturation of marketing and propaganda, which to a degree is true. That whole hipsterism. I already like it because out of ironically like it, or whatever. Again, these trends, we have to think about them because art is always a reaction to the previous trend. It's usually a polar opposite of the previous work, um, or it's mediocre and it's just the same as the previous thing, just a little bit different, slightly different flavor from a different country. It's buckwheat honey instead of regular honey, or whatever else. Anyway, so I'll just turn around because like this thing is pretty unique, and I've never seen another shirt like it. It's got some stretch fabric in it. But if you're gonna ask me about my preferences, these are Cools, Kuhl. Um, this this belt my sister got for me in Korea when she was there, and I have multiple belts. I used to dress up a lot more and do peak. Be I was more interested in like the peacocking. Being an artist, being unignorable, right? You just bam right there. Contrasting colors. So I wear like blue with orange. And again, we're talking about a bit of influence here from the Big Bang. Even trying to turn myself into a walking billboard, or something that you would just catch the eye immediately. Oh, there's the artist. There's the guy that made it. Build up a reputation and whatever else. Um, and that was with a lot of H&M products. Before I knew about the fast fashion, the dark side of the whole thing. So this is why I tend to go for quality items, and they're not produced in China, but the cotton mill in Southeast Asia is fucking huge. Yeah, yeah. Southeast Asia is just one huge fucking cotton mill. India, Bangladesh, um, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, um, sometimes even Nepal, right? Afghanistan for the rugs, and then on the other stands for similar products, if not oil, usually oil. Um, I'm just trying to think more. Pakistan and Cambodia. Cambodia. Yep. Anyways, conformity of dress leads is or extreme uniformity is psychotic. Yes, that's something I say in the history of propaganda. Anyways, I'm gonna put on this shirt. I really like North Face. Um, I have some garments and whatever that are related to that are like mountain biking brands, and they really fulfill the function of nonverbal communication to other people. Hey, I'm in this tribe. Hey, I'm in that tribe. Um, but I love this shirt. I love this North Face shirt. I really do. It is fantastic quality. It was really well. And I give credit to the person that put it together, or the people that put it together. Thank you. If you ever do, you recognize this shirt, and you ever were in one of those factories, um, you know, um, I hope your days are better. Anyway, so this is, it's got that pleat in the back. It fits well, right? Just past the wrist. I have more flannels. I have lots of flannels like this shirt. I'm just trying to communicate that farmer, tradesman, down to earth kind of vibe. If I, like almost almost a bit hipsterish. I got let's see. Give me a second. I'm gonna find it. I find a beanie here. I can't find it. But you know, simplicity is best. You know, I used to have multiple just color blocking, right? A gray, I have a black one, and turquoise. These are all three of these were from MEC. So MEC Mountain Equipment Co-op is a store unique to Canada. It's like Bass Pro Shops, but for outdoorsy people, or Sale. Sale is probably the closest thing. A lot of T-shirts I have are from work, or they're from something else, you know, from activities. So like that, were you there? Did you get the T-shirt sort of mentality? That old school authenticity. You know, so many things are impermanent. They're temporal, and they disappear at the drop of a hat. And if it wasn't on the internet, it didn't happen. That's the way some people live now. It's just the truth. But you know, this is one of my memories, right? I did something in order to get this shirt. There's a story behind it, but we don't ask each other about our stories anymore. We just passively consume what other people post online. We're passive in our own lives now. We've acquiesced every single piece of our personal efficacy and self image to marketing campaigns. You know, the constant drip, the TikTok drip, right? I'm gonna put on another. I don't know. I'll put on this hoodie. You know, I think about this hoodie a lot. You know, it's very unique. I've never seen another one, not ever. Okay, so this is my Fox Racing hoodie. You know, it's got this baseball motif here. You know, like the Boston Red Sox. There we go. I lost the. My lady friend is asking me about pictures I sent her. Anyways, I was just thinking about like portraits and flesh and stuff like that. Again, like the canvas. There's all the stuff that I've seen recently and learned from other people. Anyway, so like the pull tab is missing. Yeah, see, it's very old. My sister got this for me a number of years ago, and it's got a burn. It's got a burn mark from welding. Believe it or not, you know. Again, I think about this like a Kurt Cobain sweater. You know, it's if I ever become famous, you know, then this is part of my historic record, right? Me as an artist, me as a person, me as a historian, and whatever hat I choose to wear that day. Speaking of which, this is a very rare item. So if I shaved, which I'm not going to, now, again, this is the real deal, right? This was a gift to me from a friend. So see Subaru World Rally Team on the back there. And it's it could use a wash actually, but I don't have a hat cage for it, so I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. And it's a bit faded, which is nice because I've worn it out a few times, but I don't wear it out very often because it's again, it's a very rare item. This is something else that was given to me, and I got a few hats, but I don't wear them out very often because I'm not really a hat guy, right? Like I look like pure hipster bait when I wear this. If I'm gonna wear this, I need like sunglasses and like I'm not wearing a shirt and I got shorts on, like for sure. Already been there. Um, fuck. Sure, let's show off the freaking necklace, the accessories, right? Like again, I've done segments about this or whatever. Um, Paracord bracelet, blood donor thing, and this is a tiger. So I have a connection to Shanghai because we had foreign exchange students for a couple of years, and we housed them and we got to know them and their families. So if there's any people that are in China that don't like their Chinese government, and you have lots of money and you want to stick it to them, hey, I'll take your money. I will. I'll make some art for you, legit. Same goes if you're from like Hong Kong or something like that. Again, if you don't like the Chinese government, you and I are friends. Simple as that. Moving on from that, I'll take this off. So I got two of these North Face hoodies, right? And these were discount, believe it or not. These were $200 a piece. But it's an engineered piece of. That's why it's a garment. Whereas fashion, there's a difference in tiers. As is well known. This is probably one of their better ones. It has the Polar Tech waffle here, and they changed it a few times. Now I regretfully have gotten a few uh, burn holes in this. There's a couple of them from marijuana. Anyways, but I don't wear this when I smoke anymore. It's too precious to me. I can't replace it. I'll put the orange one on instead. Actually, whatever. Gotta love a simple black top, right? Now I'm by no means a runway model. I have too much fat and too much muscle for most designers. Okay, and in the back. Now this I wear this when I run sometimes too, right? So like I don't waste money. But rich people are not necessarily smart, and they'll waste money on basically anything. Like, oh, look at this status symbol that fades as soon as I'm dead. Oh, if I stop fixing that Rolls Royce, it's gonna fall apart. But that's why the poors can't have it. Anyways, this is this is my next thing is more of the features, whatever else, whatever. It's got this pocket in here. It's nice. It's a pocket. It's about the same size as my cell phone. in width. That's that. That's 25 minutes, so that's enough. I'm not going to occupy more people's times. Maybe I'll just put the orange one on, or yeah, let's put the orange one on. Here it is, all nice and washed, inside out. I spent at an outfitting store in Newfoundland a couple of years ago. I was like, I need to update my wardrobe. It's not quite there. I think I could get update some things and make myself look a lot more presentable, a lot more like an adult and a professional, and slightly intimidating at the same time, because I don't want people to fuck with me. But they just don't seem to get the message. That's why I bulked up. Simple, right? Learn something from other people. Because the message is that masculinity is not toxic. Now, not all of my clothes are this expensive. Like, I have this. Where is it? I have this. I have this workout tee I bought from Walmart. Okay, so like I'm not an elitist, because you're just gonna make it smell anyway. Oof. Smells like the joint that I just smoked. Like it's sweet, earthy smell, eh? Although I'm not really, I wrinkled my face because it's not like I want to smell my own sweat. It freaking lingers. Anyways, 28 minutes. Fuck it. Art is whatever you want it to be. But there's a lot of art that's absolute shit.